What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we have some Detroit Lions news to discuss. We learned about some in and outs. Also, the Lions have made some roster moves before tomorrow's game. Plus, things are looking a little bit different in the background. So let's get it started.
You know, I got to shout out DoseOfDion, man, because it was actually the first time I went live on YouTube. And, you know, guys don't know DoseOfDion. He put out a lot of good content for the Detroit Lions.
Welcome everybody to another video. Glad you guys are here. And before we get to the Lions news, the roster moves, everything like that, I first want to touch on the changes that we made to the background. Now, as you guys can see, I'm still kind of sitting in front of a few things here, which I'm finding it difficult to really figure out how I want to set it up, but not sit in front of everything. I think I'm just going to have to end up eventually sitting in front of something. So I'm doing my best to kind of take myself out of it, but I also want to showcase everything. I think it's starting to look better. We're improving. We just got some work to do. Right now, I'm kind of sitting on an angle. I think it looks better. I honestly think it looks pretty good. I recorded this once, but I think it looks better on the angle. So let's quickly touch on some of the changes we made. A lot of this new stuff is just stuff I already had in my old room, but I decided to move it over here because it was just chilling, collecting dust, man. Let's make it look good at least, you know? Also, we need the lights because the lights don't work, the blue lights, and that makes stuff pop, but I think the cat broke it when she chewed on it. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just saying. So let's quickly take a look at some of the changes we made in the background. First off, we put all our little dudes right here, okay? We got the Funko Pop. We got the 3 bobbleheads. We got the sloth. Nothing to do with the Lions, but he's a sloth. And they're right there. We also got the Funko Pop here. Shout out to the people that sent me that. Michael Banks sent me a lot of this stuff, and that's why I'm showcasing him and his signature right there. Shout out to Michael Banks, man. When I saw him at the Lions, I don't think it was at a game, but it was at like their practice. And, you know, he walked up, got a picture with me, and, you know, he gave me the signature. And he also sent me a lot of this stuff. So big shout out to you if you're watching this. Thank you. I appreciate it. And, you know, some other guys have also sent some stuff in as well. And I do appreciate you guys as well. You know, we've touched on all that stuff. But let's quickly run through this. So we got the dudes there. We got this Wheaties box. That was when he won his first MVP. I got it that year, so I thought it was like a cool collectible. So I was like, all right, throw it up there. Come on, man. I've had it for a while now. It's just getting all dirty. So I was like, dude, let's get some use out of it. And I think it looks good. I think it really matches the book because the book is actually orange. Remember how I told you I watched that Barry Sanders movie over and over and over? That's the book with the Barry Sanders movie in the back. Now, the book, I found this cool page with his career stats. I think it looks awesome like that, just open. So I did that. We got the 2 bobblehead cases. Then we have a Michigan ball here. Now, unfortunately, it only sits like that. But it is an autograph ball, but I didn't get autographs on it. I got it for like birthday or Christmas or something. But it's still a cool ball, no question. It came with like a marker. However, this ball does have autographs. I think this was back 2011. The Michigan defense signed this football. So that's pretty cool. So we do got some signatures, and that goes perfect because right next to it is, again, for Michael Banks, the Lions cheerleaders signed this one. So, dude, I mean, we're looking good. Let me just say that. On this side, we got the Funko Pop. We got the 2 mugs. Great. We have the 2 usual helmets, but now we got a third one. Kind of difficult to see, but this one's a little bit more beat up. However, it is a third Lions helmet. I'm thinking either getting new stickers, maybe peeling them off, going with like the throwback, just gray only. Either way, 3 helmets, it fits perfectly. Can't really see the bottom, there's nothing down there. Up here we have this, which my sister actually got signed by Amir Abdullah and some other guys on the Lions team when we went to one of their open like training camp practice days. I unfortunately didn't get that many signatures. She got a lot. There was a lot of people there, but she got many more than I did. I got some pictures though, but she got more signatures, so we're hanging that up and we got the 2 stickers. So it's looking good. We're getting somewhere, and I'm trying my best not to sit in front of everything, so when I go like that, you can see it all. But when I sit like this, you're gonna not be able to see everything. However, that's why I just showcased it, and we'll do our best to move in and out. But let's talk about some Detroit Lions news. So first off, Matthew Stafford will play tomorrow. He's preparing to play tomorrow. We did a video of this already. The guy is just ridiculous. I mean, you can't even describe it anymore. There's no words to describe how awesome that guy is. I mean, he just plays through everything, and DoseOfDion told me he thinks this is a good sign potentially for Stafford's future, that he's going to go out there and give it everything he's got, even though he's dealing with the injury in his future. Like I said, it's maybe a little bit up in the air right now. We're not sure what that's looking like, but I think he's going to have a very big effect on what his future looks like. I think that he will actually have the most influence on his future. I really do, at least for next season. So the fact that he's going out there and playing, obviously he loves Detroit and he plays his heart out every single year, but the fact that he's playing through this, I mean, at 5-8 is just, it's incredible. And people ask me why he's doing it. Well, let's talk about the reasons. First off, Darrell Bevell, you know, this is big for Darrell Bevell because Darrell Bevell, he's still trying to earn this job as a head coach, right? He's only got 3 more weeks to do that. And without a starting quarterback and with all the injuries that we have, which we're about to touch on, it's going to be very difficult for us to win many games or even be super competitive. So him having his quarterback gives him a huge advantage because it makes it more realistic that he could actually prove himself and stay competitive with some of these teams and, you know, show what he can do with Matthew and him working together. Also, you can't tell a guy like Stafford he can't play. Hey, I'm going to say you can't do that. It was Stafford's decision. From what Darrell Bevell said this week, it was pretty simple. Stafford, you were going to decide if you want to play or not. If Stafford said, I ain't feeling good enough, he wouldn't have played him. It was Stafford's decision. It's not like the Lions said, Stafford, you got to go. he decided that he's going to play himself. So you can't hold a guy like Stafford out. He wants to play. He's a competitor. Think about this. I mean, this is their job, right? So even though, just sit him out, right? If this is a video game, you don't want to get him hurt. But it's like, this is their job. This is what they do for a living. I mean, it's not like he's not going to have money if he does it, but this is what he does. He works all off season to play. And after missing half the season last year, you just want to get out there and compete, man. It's a good time. This is your job. That's what you want to do. You want to go do that. So, yeah, that's why he's playing. And technically, they're still alive. So you always fight when you have a chance. Now, let's get into the next thing is Frank Ragnow. He has been listed as out. So this was about a day ago now, but he has been downgraded to out with throat fracture. Now, remember, he met with the specialist on Friday. They must have come to the decision that, hey, you can't play. That's not safe. He played through a last game, but they probably said, it's just not safe for you to do it. You can't talk. We don't want to put you out there in that. So, okay, center is the guy that usually helps out the other offensive lineman, calls out a lot of signals, and Stafford had to do more of that apparently last game, but they're going to decide to just kind of shut him down for this week. So your question is probably, well, who's going to step in at center? And I had that exact same question, but the one name that popped in my head, I'm sure it popped in yours, right? It did. It's Joe Dahl. You know why it's Joe Dahl? Because Joe Dahl can do it all. Okay, yeah, if you want that merch, it's on the Don Shop, but seriously, that's what Joe Dahl does, man. He does it all. Joe Dahl said he thinks he'll be good.
Ready for you. I guess I wasn't ready.
Look, I trust Joe Dahl. I really do. So even though Matthew Stafford is banged up and he's not playing with the normal center, I trust a guy like Joe Dahl to go out there and play well. I trust him more than a lot of other guys. And I know he's kind of a thumper, right? He makes me think of like a wooden hammer or something. I don't know, like a mallet, right? That's what he's known for, is run blocking, kind of like Frank. He's not on Frank's level, not at all. That's why he's the backup. But it's someone that I can at least trust playing that center position. So we'll see if they change anything up, knowing that he's going with a backup and Stafford may be dealing with something. We'll see if they, try to get the ball out quicker, run the ball more, whatever that may be. But Joe Dahl, I have confidence that he can step in and do well. I was maybe thinking maybe they activate Logan Stenberg for this game. I mean, he can play. He just hasn't been active. But I don't know if they'll do it. I mean, they may do it just for depth, but they've already brought a few guys up, so who knows. But either way, that'll be our backup center, it looks like, for this game. So Joe Dahl, can he do it all? Yeah, he can. Okay, some moves the Lions have made. Big V has been brought up and activated off of IR. This is big time. Now, I could see him starting at the right tackle position. You pay Big V a lot of money, right? You paid him like $45 to $50 million this offseason for, 5 years? All right, you gave him some big money. You do have an out after a couple seasons, but you want to see him prove himself. You gave him the money to do some things. And one thing that we loved about him, we call him Big V, is big versatile. This guy can play so many different positions, right? So right now is where he can prove that. You have the left side pretty much filled. You got Jonah Jackson, you got Taylor Decker, now you got Joe Dahl at center. At right guard, you got O'Day Abushi, guys like that. So I could see him start at right tackle. Now, you did bring up some other tackles for depth, but I could definitely see him start. I mean, you have started Matt Nelson there, but a guy that you paid $45 to $50 million, if you can't trust him to play right tackle, I think you messed up. So for me, I'm starting Big V at right tackle. I actually think he will, unless he's not ready to go, which I think he is because they activated him. He's going to start at right tackle for me. That's how I'm doing it. He was dealing with a foot injury, so I think he's going to start at right tackle. Maybe they'll push him to guard and they'll bounce out Nelson, or maybe he won't start at all. I just have a feeling he's going to start at right tackle with the injuries we have there already, and it's good timing for him. Players we also elevated off the practice squad, Kareem Martin, the defensive end, which is kind of just a must. Our defensive line is so injured right now. I mean, Trey Flowers, Everson Griffin, Julian Okwara, Danny Shelton, the list goes on and on. You got to have somebody out there. So Kareem Martin gives us a little bit of depth, but we're going to see some of those guys. We're going to see some of those players that are just trying to prove themselves, and hopefully John Pennicini can go. He is questionable. Marcus Martin, the offensive lineman, will also play. He plays more of the guard/center position. He's just a depth guy for us. If we do need him, you got to have that depth with all the injuries now we have. We're down, 2 starting offensive linemen, basically. So you got to have the depth there on the offensive line. And this is the big one. Alex Myers has been activated off the practice squad for the cornerback spot. I was thinking it'd be Tremaine Brock, but they went with Alexander Myers. Now, I guess it does make sense because Brock has only been there for 2 to 3 days, and he may not be ready for whatever kind of system they're trying to implement. Now, he is a vet, so I could see him be activated next week because we could still use another corner. But they went with Alexander Myers. They must have decided that, Tremaine Brock's not ready. But Myers has been here for a few weeks now. He's a former Pittsburgh Steeler. He's a little bit younger than Tremaine Brock is, but he could potentially be our number 2 cornerback. I mean, with Trufant, Okuda, and Roberts out, you're talking 3 of your top 5 corners are missing. So you're looking at this guy who's probably going to get a big role, and we're going to need it. And at this point, next week, we can see Tremaine Brock activated, and we may need them both. I mean, that's just the spot we're at, and it's unfortunate, but this injuries have just killed us, man. I mean, it's just can't catch a break there. But Alexander Myers, look him up, man. Former Pittsburgh Steeler, if y'all want to check him out. And now Deshaun Hand also has been placed on IR. So talk about defensive line injuries. I didn't mention Deshaun Hand's on IR. Yeah, look, this guy, we were kind of trying to see if he was going to play, wasn't going to play, but now he's placed on injury reserve, which, unless the Lions do what's not very likely, and that is go to the playoffs, we're not going to see him again this season because IR is 3 weeks. So that stinks. I mean, this guy's been just dealing with injuries for so long now. I mean, go back to 2018, his rookie season was good. I think it was 18 was his rookie season, 17 or 18. But then he had the year where he only played in 3 games, right? And now this year we're saying, okay, well, here he goes back on IR, injured again. It's like, dude, you just can't get healthy. The former 4th round or 5th round pick, I think it was 4th round pick, he just can't get healthy. And we need him because we need the depth. We saw him last week, and now he's back at it, though, with an injury. It's an ankle injury, and he's on IR. And finally, Aaron Sipas heads back to the practice squad. He was released, but now he's back. So you get that backup punter. So there you go. That is your Lions news. Really didn't find anything on the Titans front, but if you guys have anything, let me know in the comment section below. But I do want to get this video. I got some work I got to go do in terms of like cleaning and moving stuff around. But I'm going to keep working on it. Let me know any suggestions you guys have. Next up, intro. I got to adjust the intro, put some more highlights on there. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. The new story mode's kind of cool on YouTube. I like that. Thank you for watching, and I'm out. Are you kidding me right now? I had to put my helmet on for this one. Are you kidding? Look at this. Look at all these members. What? Yo, hey, shout out to all the members, man. Look how many All-Pro members there are. Like, literally, it's the whole screen, dog. This is crazy. The patrons, of course, the Hall of Fame members, man. Y'all got the gold color. It's kind of yellow, but it's supposed to be gold. Shout out to all the members, man. If you want to be a part of this, all you got to do is join the channel. But there are perks that come with it. Stay locked in the community tab if you are a member, because that's where a lot of information comes out. I appreciate all of you. What?